Okay, let's talk about, is this $800 rebounder worth it? I know it's excessive, but hear me out. This is one of the most surprising product reviews I've ever done because I just didn't expect for this Bellicon rebounder to be what it was. So when I first started looking into rebounders, I reached out to a bunch of companies. I made a video about that where I was testing them and comparing them. And I want to talk to you about this specific rebounder because it really surprised me. This isn't a first impressions video. I've had this thing for a long time now and I've been using it, and I want to tell you about my experience and if I think it's actually worth it for you. I want to tell you about my first experience with the rebounder versus the Bellicon. It's completely night and day. So my first experience, I got one of those cheap ones off Amazon because I went to a Tony Robbins event and he talked about rebounding and I was super pumped to get into rebounding. I knew about all the benefits, but when I got that rebounder, I was super disappointed. And I talked about that in the other videos that I made. So I'll link them up here and down in the description for you to go watch afterwards. The biggest thing that I noticed when I was using that rebounder versus this one is how my joints felt and what the bounce actually was like. The experience of the bounce was completely different. So on the cheapo one, it would hurt my neck and my joints and my back. I would feel the benefits of rebounding, but there was some negatives that were kind of like making it an experience that I didn't really desire to continue. When I made the comparison video, testing all the different rebounders, my experience of the Bellicon blew me away because it was a completely different experience than the other ones. And it wasn't just me who had the same experience. I had a bunch of my friends come over and I didn't tell them anything about the different style of rebounders. And I just said, just bounce on them and tell me how you feel. And all of them had the same experience. So the thing that actually makes this Bellicon different is that this company is based out of Germany and they're super intense with their engineering, and they even had patent technology on these bungees. The technology in these bungees allows it to stretch 3 times what other traditional rebounders or mini trampolines do. And so what that ends up creating is a buttery, smooth elasticity that gives you a bounce that doesn't hurt your joints. It just feels super, super nice to bounce on. Like it's like a warm hug in a way. In addition to that, you can customize the bungee strength based on your weight and your preferences. People ask me in all the other rebounder videos, which one did I get? I got the most bouncy. So the thing that has the most give, that's the one that I got. And I'm really, really happy with the bounce. Beyond just the bungees though, the mat and the frame are super high quality. The frame is built out of steel and the mat is designed so it doesn't sag over time or make any noise. That's one of the other main benefits that I noticed comparing the Bellicon to all the others, is that the Bellicon is virtually silent. So if you live in an apartment or if you live in a home with other people, it can be really annoying to listen to someone just bounce on the springs, or on some of even the other bungee rebounders, there would be like this weird like do, 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 do. It's annoying. Okay, so I really, really appreciate that there's no noise that comes with bouncing on this particular rebounder. I think one of my favorite aspects of the company in general is when you go to checkout and buy a rebounder, you have so many options in terms of customizing your rebounder, from the colors of the bungees or the mat to if you want foldable legs or if you want it to be built for you, and there's multiple sizes that you want to get. I really recommend getting the big size, by the way. I think I got the 44 inch. I really regret not getting the 48 inch. On the bigger one, you have more room to do all the things you want to do and it's just more fun. So if you're going to make an investment like this, I highly recommend that you get the bigger one. By the way, if you want to get one of these, I'll put a link in the description. If you do buy through that link, it does help support me make more videos just like this. So thank you in advance. What's really cool is that the company has been around forever. It's been around for 25 years and they've been perfecting how to make these rebounders as good as possible and also last as long as possible. And so you get a 5-year warranty on the frame, and then you get a 1-year warranty on the mat and the bungees. And in my experience, they have excellent customer support. So if you need help with anything or anything breaks, you can call them or email them. You'll be in good hands. What's really cool about this that I can't really speak to personally, but what I noticed when I made those other rebounding videos, in the comment section, people talked about how they have had their Bellicon for literally a decade, 15 years, 20 years even, and it's still good. You might have to replace the bungees every once in a while, but man, these things last forever. It's really, really interesting because specifically there's 2 companies, the Bellicon and the Cellular, and people are like on one side or the other, and they're like diehard crazy fanatics about which one is the best. And so if you're on the fence of like which one should I go for, I've tried the Cellular and I've tried the Bellicon, and I think the Bellicon definitely wins. The bounce feels better, but I know there's going to be people in the comments. Let me know if you're team Bellicon or team Cellucizer. I want to know why you chose it, and if you're open to being converted, maybe this is the sign that you should get the Bellicon. Let's talk about the actual benefits that I have been experiencing since using it. I noticed that when I use the Bellicon, it lifts my mood and I get a nice sort of energy burst. And so I like to use it throughout the day, whether I'm, have back-to-back calls, I'll do it in between the calls, or if I just want to get some more movement in throughout the day, I can get 5-10 minutes in. I said this in my other video, but it's worth repeating again. It's like when you bounce on the Bellicon and you put on a good song, it's really, really hard to be sad. So it's just, I feel like a great hack for just having good energy and just being smiley, and I think we all need a little bit more of that. The other way that I use the Bellicon is on off days when I need to take a break from training. I found that it's a great way to help move the lymph, and so if I'm really sore, it like flushes out the soreness a lot faster, helps me recover, helps me sleep better, and it's a good tool that I can like lean on for active recovery when it's really hot outside and I don't want to go for a long walk, or I want to get my heart rate up, and it's just in the convenience of my own home. Whether I'm in the office or whether I'm in the living room, I can move it pretty easily around the house. And I'm just a big fan of doing these like exercise snacks throughout the day, and I'm really trying to make that a bigger part of my lifestyle, where that's a consistent thing that I do. It's like, hey, when I have some time or when I'm like feeling a little tired, I just try to squeeze in some movement where I can. Also, it's super great for if you're trying to detox from something, whether it's heavy metals or mold or anything else. The lymphatic system is a big part of that. So I think we all need to be detoxing as a lifestyle, not just like, hey, let's do a super intense cleanse type of thing. It's just really, really good to have healthy lymphatic drainage. I've been learning about that, and I'm going to do more videos about that in the future. So subscribe if you're not already. And so I also just wanted to emphasize that I think this is something that you can do to accelerate that. And the biggest distinction, because a lot of people talk about rebounding, but here's the thing, it only works if you do it. And the other rebounders that I tried, I have no desire to actually keep rebounding. But when I tried the Bellicon, I'm like, hey, I think I'm actually gonna use this. I think I'm actually gonna do it. I think if you're into rebounding and you're ready for the upgrade because you've been doing it for a while and you like it, then this is definitely something to look at. I don't hate how the thing looks either. So I can leave it in my office or I could leave it in my living room, and it's just not a big deal. If I do want to put it away, however, I can fold up the legs, I can put it under the bed, or I can put it in the closet, and I like the convenience of being able to pack it up. However, I will say it is pretty heavy. Because it's made out of like straight up steel, it's not light. I can move it around fine, but if you're not that strong, then know that you're gonna get a workout just moving it. I also don't love the price. I mean, $800 for a rebounder is kind of intense, but the way that I'm kind of thinking about it is, if people are saying in the comments that this thing is really going to last 10, 20 years, then if you buy something that costs this much and you continue to use it for 2 decades, then that's a pretty good use of your money, as long as you're using it. And that's the key differentiator between this and other rebounders, is that I think people, once they bounce on it, they'll actually want to use it. Let me know in the comments below if you like rebounding, if you enjoy it, and if you've tried the Bellicon before, please. The other thing that I didn't love also was the setup. Out of all the 3 rebounders that I tested, I think this one was probably the hardest to build. So if you're worried about that, then you can also get the feature where they just set it up for you and then ship it, but it costs a little extra. So who is this for and who is it not for? I think this is for anyone who's working from home and you want to take those exercise snacks, or you want to squeeze in more movement throughout your day. I think this is also for someone who just wants to bring more joy to their exercise. You want to have a good time, you want to laugh, you want to smile, and you just want that relationship with your exercise that feels light. I think this is a great tool for doing that. There's tons of at-home workouts on YouTube that you can just do tutorials and do follow-alongs, and I think that's a great way to get some movement in. I think this is also a good tool for someone who is trying to get back into exercise. They haven't been exercising for a while and they just want some low impact cardio, something that is going to get them in the habit of moving more consistently. I think this is also for you if you've been rebounding for a while and you love it and you're like, hey, I'm committed to this. This is a part of my lifestyle and I want the best. This is the best. By far, I don't even think there's another company that even comes close. I think this is also for the person who just likes owning the best. Like, you have the type of mindset where it's like, hey, I'm down to invest in my health and I just want to make sure I get the right thing that I'm actually going to use and that is actually going to get me the result. This is for you if that's you as well. I think this is not for you if obviously you're on a budget. I think this is also not for you if you are just want to dip your toes in the water with rebounding. You're not sure if this is something you're actually committed to. I also think this is not for you if you don't have a ton of floor space and you don't want to put it away and take it out, put it away, take it out, because it is kind of heavy. And I could see that becoming kind of a bummer over time. So the question really becomes like, is this thing worth it? And I think it depends. I think it's worth it if you're someone who really loves rebounding and you're actively doing rebounding like every day or consistently throughout the week. Because if you use this thing, you're gonna love it. I think this is also worth it if you really understand the benefits of rebounding and it's something you're committed to and going to consistently do over the long term, and it's just a part of your life. The reason why I say that is because this thing's going to last a long time, and if you do use it, you are going to enjoy it, you are going to have a good time. And so for that person, this is absolutely the right rebounder to get, and if you can afford it, then I think you'll be really happy with your purchase. So if you want to get one of the Bellicons, again, the link is in the description. Thank you so much in advance. It does help me make more videos just like this. And if this isn't the rebounder for you, then go watch this video right here where I compare the best rebounders at all the different price points so that you can find the one that is right for you. Take care and be well.